last 2 years, Pharrell Williams has been everywhere in music. You know him as half of the white-hot producing pair, the Neptunes, and one-third of the hip-hop act, NERD. He's worked with everyone from Nelly to No Doubt, Beyonce to Babyface, from Jay-Z to Justin, and mugged in videos alongside Britney, Puffy and Busta, and Snoop. But what was he like before he became one of the most in-demand producers working? What was he like at 17? Born on April 5th, 1973, Pharrell turned 17 in 1990. If that sounds like a long time ago, think a disgraced Milli Vanilli.
It's pretty funny.
If I were you, I'd take precaution.
Poison was a crazy song by Bell Biv DeVoe. Wait. And all the Spanish girls in the school were going crazy about pump up the jam, pump it up.
And Pharrell, he was just an average high school student in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
I went to Princess Anne High. Walking around, you know, the hallways in school, I was kind of like a nerd.
He really is a nerd. I mean, I tell him that all the time.
I wouldn't have called him a nerd, but then too, you know, he's my son.
But I was still cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always had my style.
You don't get me on film.
He was very outgoing.
He came up to me in the ice cream line and asked me, I was getting a chocolate ice cream, and he asked me if I liked chocolate.
Whatever he wanted, he would hustle for it.
He's always been different, and different in a good way.
Well, I had like a Spanish girlfriend during that time. I remember when she was the hottest chick of the whole school.
We would know that that girl is special because he would introduce her as, well, this is my girlfriend.
I met her in a class. She was so fine, man. She was fine with this big butt.
Brenda got a big old butt.
We used to get into it all the time. We used to fight around school.
It was just stupid, you know? She'd just get loud, and he'd get loud, and he'd walk away, and then she'd get pissed and be like, don't walk away from me.
You know, it was like road warriors. She used to do for attention. Like, I was threatening to break up with her, and so she goes to this hotel with this kid and, like, has sex with him, right? Why am I telling this story? She has sex with him, right? And so she's telling me that she had sex with the dude to try and hurt me because she felt like I was cheating on her, which I wasn't. So she calls me. Dude is like laughing in the background. He snaps her phone like, yeah, I'm fucking your bitch, fucking your bitch. So every time he says it, I'm like shrinking to another size. I'm fucking your bitch. Shit. I'm fucking your bitch. I'm fucking your bitch. Finally, I can't even lift the phone up. I'm like so small. So I'm sick. I'm throwing up. I can't eat. I was gone, is what they call it, gone.
When I met him, he had just broken up. I could just see in his face, like, man, you know, it really hits him hard when things like that occur.
He was very distraught, and, you know, as any parent, you're just supportive and try to encourage him to, you know, it's gonna be all right, you know, but he had his music.
I eventually got over it. I wrote songs about it. I'll never forget, it was really corny, called The Hate State. How dumb is that? The song at the time was pretty therapeutic. I realized what being hurt was all about and how lyrics and melodies help to extract the feelings or make you feel better. The two things that really changed my life is skating and band. They changed my perspective because there were other cultures and races that were involved.
He was a black guy, and he looked like a skater, which you never really saw growing up in Virginia Beach.
It's kind of like you're on a different planet, just learning about different things.
At Princess Anne, we had a jazz band, a marching band, and a concert band, and Pharrell was in all three of those ensembles.
He looked really dorky in his band uniform.
Being in band was definitely a nerdier thing, but at the end of the day, you determine how nerdy you are.
We were like the defenders of the bandies. Cool people that defended the band dorks.
In the marching band, he specialized in playing the bass drums.
Yeah, the big one that, you know, bum, bum, bum.
It's crazy, man. I can just see myself sitting on those bleachers right now.
Pharrell was always looking to add popular music into the things that we were doing in the stands.
There was another school, a neighboring school called Bayside. It was primarily a black school, so all the music was black. They played all the hot hip-hop songs. It was like, I wanted to play that, but we're playing like Flight of the Bumblebee.
I remember going to their football games, and I would see Pharrell huddled up with his other drum players, and they were banging beats, boom, and then they have one tuba player, and they'd all be in their little circle, boom, boom, and I could see Pharrell telling them how the part went.
So when the band teacher wasn't looking, you know, our band would be playing Bonita Applebum in the stands. All the black kids would run over there by the band because they just said that, like, we would just rock. They had to blow the whistle and be like, stop.
Pharrell and I were sort of kindred spirits.
My band teacher, Alan Sharps, I just thought he was so square. In the very beginning, Mr. Sharps, okay, in the very beginning.
I always saw myself in him.
He taught us the cadence, and the cadence is what every band individually has. Like, you have your own different cadence for your own school, your own marching band. You know, when you come on the field, you play your cadence. When people know your cadence, they know that it's you coming.
One of the cadences that I wrote for the band had a bass drum part in there that was taken from a piece of music that was done by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
He played me this beat, and I thought it was so ill. And I was like, where the hell did he get this beat? And then he played me this song called Get Away by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
There was a horn part in that song that went da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
And that just blew my mind. He was the last person that I thought would know Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Pharrell used to love that part, and he loved the fact that it came from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Through music, I just realized how big the world was, man. And you see how it touches people, man, like people of all walks of life. And not just their races, but like different cultures. No matter what, like music just speaks to people.